Welcome, my dear student. In today's class, let's have some discussion on mode. We have already studied that there are two types of the measures of central tendency. One is the mathematical averages, and the other one is the average of position. In the mathematical averages, we have the mean and geometric mean and the harmonic mean. In the averages of position, we have median and the mode. In your syllabus, we have mean, median and the mode. And in today's class, let's have some idea about the mode. Now, what is meant by mode? Mode is the mode is derived from a French word means la mode. La mode means fashion. Fashion is popular in when we have to define, when we have to find out the mode, you have to select, you have to determine the mode if the most frequently occurring item. For example, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, 7, 1, 1 6 then 6 will be the mode. 6 is the mode is the most frequently item in the series. And so there are different types of the mode. It is as different from the median and the mean. In the case of the mean, you will find only one value. Mean the value median you will find only one value. But in the case of the mode, you may find different mode values in the series. And so you will find in the series the different conditions may be there. Just look at this condition. In this series, there are 5, 5, 10, 10, 10, then 11, 11, 11, 13, 13, 13, 14, 14, and 15, 15. And in this series, 13 is most frequently occurring item. Look here, this 13 has the frequency of 4. That means 13 is and this frequency is 4. And here, in this mode, then 13 is the mode value. And here in this series, you will find only one value. Only one value of 13. 13 is the modal value, and so this series is called unimodal condition. It is the optimum condition. Similarly, then let us have this next condition. So let us have in this second condition. Look here, in this condition, 5 is occurring 2 times, and 10 is occurring 2 times, 12 is occurring 3 times, and 13 is occurring 3 times, and the 14 is occurring 2 times, and the 15 is occurring 2 times. And now, according to our previous assumption, model value. But here, just look at this. 13 is occurring 3 times, 12 is occurring also 3 times. 12 to 13 to model value. But one thing is here. This 12 and the 13, they are adjacent to each other. Animaxe thangana leibadina, akoina kaidogani, anishigi minnam lokthokaniba. Aduga akoina kari tarkani. 12 plus 13 divided by 2, then it will be 12.5, and it will be the model value. Anisha tongan modify model taniko. Then we will determine by taking the averages, and that average will be the model value. So it is the second condition. So in this condition, even though it is a bimodal, then after finding the average value, then we will determine the unimodal condition. In certain condition, we may put in the bimodal condition. 12 and 13 harakanda point bimodal thangibisu yayebako. Adubu kariyuma condition kharamadadi anisi punsilakanda makhogi average na mode oina patokibisu yayeba. Okay. Now, then let us have in next condition. So, in this condition, look here. 5 is occurring 2 times, 10 is occurring 2 times, 12 is occurring 3 times, 13 is occurring 2 times, 14 is occurring 3 times, and the 15 is occurring 2 times. Look here. The condition is this. 12 is occurring 3 times, and the 14 is also occurring 3 times. Now, 12 to 14 to animak motare. But in the previous condition, average wow, but here 12 and 14, they are not adjacent to each other, so we will not take mean here, and so we will put 12 and 14 as the mode. And so in this series, then we will have 2 mode value, 2 modes, and such condition we call as the bimodal condition. So Let's take a look at this condition. And here 7 is occurring 2 times, 8 is occurring 3 times, and 10 is occurring 2 times, and 11 is occurring 3 times, 13 is occurring 2 times, and the 16 is occurring 3 times. And if we have to find out the mode, then we have to search for the highest frequency. 3 values have the highest frequency. 3 is 8 is occurring 3 times, and 11 is occurring 3 times, and 16 is also occurring 3 times. And so all these values will have the mode. And just take a look, they are not adjacent to each other, so we will not take the mean. And in this condition, in this series, in this group of data, we have 3 model value. And if a series has more than 3, then we have the multimodal. The term multimodal will be applied if there is more than 2 model values in a series. 5 वर्गस 6 वर्गस 3 वर्गस 4 वर्गस स्माइना model value here hitargadi, we will call it the multimodal condition. So in a series we will have a single model value or multiple model value. It is different from the other measures of central tendency. Now let us come to how to calculate mode. There are 3 different methods. One is a calculation of the mode in individual observations, calculation mode in discrete series, and the calculation of the mode in continuous series. And in the first one, the calculation of the mode in individual observation, and it is the finding of the highest frequency as we have given out in the previous examples. Series frequency, it is the first method. It is very simple. We have already included in the previous example. Now let us come to the second method, the calculation of the mode in discrete series. And in the discrete series, the frequency will be already given, and here the data is somewhat complex. So in this calculation of the mode in discrete series, look here, the values are given here. The variables here is 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, and the frequency is given also 20, 30, and here it is somewhat complex. And so in this calculation we have to prepare 2 tables, grouping table and analysis table. First let us prepare this grouping table here. In this grouping table, the variables will be put here in one side, and the frequencies will be provided in different sides, in different column, and we will be arranging 6 frequency column. Here we will put in this table we will put all the variables here, and then in the first frequency column, frequency ki sila record aduga number 1 thai se my original frequency do we have to put here. So in the frequency number 1 we will put their original frequency 20, 30, 40, 40, 55. All this will be put in this column. Now in this column, in the first column, let us find out the highest frequency. 60 is the highest one, and so 60 is the highest one. So in this particular frequency column, then 16 is the model value. Now let us come to second column, frequency column number 2. Here let us select the first 2 one. The first 2 variable, 6 ka 8 ka se. Now 6 ka 8 ki value ani se, sigi frequency ni si 20, 30. Now let us sum up. Let us total. Add together this 20 and 30. Then what do you find? 50. Let us write 50 here. 50 irani ko. Mathang da kay dorokani. Mathagi ani khangre ko. Makhagi ani sem plus tausi. Adi 10 ga 12 ki value the lower. And the 40, 40. Then we find this 80. And in this manner, we will add together double value. Then we will find out this. We will fill up this second column. Second column the hatu sina value ani se frequency ani se Now here we have completed the second column, and then in the second column, which one is the highest value? So we have this 115 is the highest value, and the 115 is karigi value no. The 115 is the 115 is the sum of 55 and 60. 55 ka 60 ka plus or tag neighbor. 55 ka 60 ka di frequency no. There are the frequency of 14 and the 16. So the model value will be 14 and the 16. So let us have some idea. Now let us come to the third column. Third column in this third column, let us leave off the first row. Ahanbagi row se akoi hundu ama se ko. Haibadi 6 se akoi leave off torama se. Then let us begin from the second one. Then we will select 8 and 10. We will select these two values, and so let us find out these two frequencies. Anisi frequency ka kya no 30 ka 40 ka. So we'll add together 30 and 40. So we have this 70. Here we also add together two frequencies. The only condition is that we leave off the first row, second ka third ka plus over. Then next study 4 ka 5 ka. Then 6 ka 7 ka. Smine tarakan matang plus tarakan. So we'll add together all the value and we'll put in the third column. So we have this 70, there's 95, 115 and 35. In this third column, just look. Find out which one is the highest value. So here also 115 is the highest value. 115 is karamba no. Sigi 115 by CD 16 ga 18 ga gi ani gi value ne ba sigi se. Aduga mamangi ga khenai ko. Mamangi 115 na 14 ga 16 gi plus to woni 100 ki sina 16 ga 18 ga gi plus to ga tar ka value do ni ko. So here in this third column we have completed. Now after this let us come to the fourth column. In the fourth column, it will be somewhat different. And here, instead of the 2 rows, we will select 3 rows. And so here, we'll add together 6, 8, 10. 6, 8, 10 value se ahum se lower ani. Habadi makoi frequency lower ani ko. 20, 30, 40 ahum se plus lower ani. Then we'll add together these 3 values, and then we will write 90 tare. So we'll write this 90 here. And after this 3, then we will select the next subsequent 3 rows. 12, 14, 16 here we'll add together 155. Abadi makoi frequency ni plus of the pose. Nakoi value variable na teko moi frequency ni plus of this. Sitare mathang damu ahum plus ani. 90, 155 and 90 we got. And here, which one is the highest value? 155 is the highest value. 155 the current value no. 12 and 14 and 16. Ahum sigi frequency ahum tinsin number se. Sina phanga po neba. And so we have these 3. We will pre-select these 3 variables. Makoi variable ahum sigi frequency sing tinsin naga taki masingina. Akoina 155 se. Sagi ahum tin taki neba. And sigi ahum sima koi mark tar thame ko. Now let us come to the fifth column. Fifth column se yeng si ko. Just like in the case of your mamangi's kalmatokis vaina, here also we will leave off the first row. Ahan row se we leave off the masel. Aduga second day hoksel. That is begin from the second row. And in this here we will select 3 rows beginning from the second one. One is leave torme, second ne, third ne, fourth ne. Ahum se leave torme, ahan bagi se yaudre ko. Second, third, fourth. Sigi frequency ahum se plus torani, and then we will add them together. Katare 110 tare. Adiki mathang deke dore 5th, 6th, 7 la ani ahum se plus taroni kya tare we have this 170 tare ko haibadi 14, 15, 16 14, 15, 16, 55, 60, 55 plus kan 170 tare and the makoshi lo herkan da makhagi ahum mamu plus taroni kya tare 60 tare. And so here in this table, in this column, just look which one is the highest value. 170. 170 se kaya de phangino karam value de phangino 14 ga 16 ga 18 ga gi frequency plus tarata abne. And so let us mark them here. Then let us come to the last column, the sixth column. In the sixth column here we will leave out 2 rows. Shida row ani hundu maneba aduna akoi third di horokaneba. We will begin from the third column, third, fourth, fifth. Ahum sigi frequency ahum se plus torane. Aduga we'll put here in this column. Kya tare 135 tare. Third, fourth, fifth. Next 6, 7, 8 and mula ani bako. And 6, 7, 8 rows plus torane. And here we got the equal values 135, 135. Jump manare and we will mark them all together. So it is about the grouping table. So the grouping table lama same ko. Adai the grouping table let us prepare the analysis table. analysis table to mo tam the grouping table se amu refer to ni ko adu yeng se no ye book mark to so thamo grouping table se according to the grouping table we will prepare this analysis table. How to prepare the analysis table? So in this analysis table we prepare one table and the frequency is prepared on this side. Frequency ni amsina 1 2 3 4 5 6 tham missing asai gi keno mi am du ni ko asai gi same ki frequency ni am du ni ko adu hoi variable mi amsina sna kana fain thame variable char ga 6 8 10 12 mi am dis plug tham me ko si le le adu gi yengo 5 first column the frequency column number 1 da kya na tawgi highest number mark thamgi ba value do adu karam ba corresponding value no 16 year pa da highest value phangib ne aduna 16 year pa da hoi 1 tham ase. Then in the second column, which one is the highest value? Highest value kai phangi 14 ga 16 gi ani gi plus tarota gi value phangi neba. We got the highest frequency in the column in the corresponding rows of 16 and the 14 and the 16. 14 and 16 pa thangi na, so we'll mark 14 and the 16. So we will put 1 1 in this two column. 14 and 16 pa da in the corresponding cell we'll put 1 and the 1. Then in the third column we got the highest value in the column the fungi value do and the kind of fungi, and so we will put here in the corresponding row of 16 and 18 we'll put 1 1 here, and just like this here 4 gisu 5 gisu 6 gisu and the 4 5 6 in all this column. Find out the highest value, then let us add them together. Plus and so in the 10 year part in the 10 year column the only one value is here, so we got 1. In the 12 we got this 2, and in the column the 14 after this adding together we got 4, and in the 16 we got 6, and in the 18 we got 3, and in the column of 20 it is 1. And so in this total value the highest number is found in 6. 16 and the 6 is found in the column of 16, and so 16 is the mod. And in this manner we will find out the mod. What is the mod value? 16. We find the values of the mod by grouping and the analysis method. And so it is about the calculation of mod in discrete series, and the next will come to the calculation of mod in continuous series. So in this continuous series the data are somewhat different. Here instead of the individual values, individual item, we got the classes 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 10, something like this, and their frequency is also given. And so it is somewhat difficult. And for this method we have two steps. The first, we will find out the model class. Mod ki yaura class to han puthokani. So 0 to 5 is one class, 5 to 10 is one class, and 10 to 15 is one class. And from these classes, first step is to find out in which class the model values lies. And the class containing the model value we call as the model class. Sigi model class han puthokani ko. And after that we will come to the derivation of the individual model by using some formula. On the Sigi steps, just look at this here. In this continuous series, the model class, for the time being, let us take this model class as an individual entity, and then we'll put this grouping method and the analysis method. Just like in the discrete series, we'll prepare another grouping method and analysis method, and then we'll calculate, we'll find out the model classes. So here, the grouping method is here. I am showing you here, but I will not elaborate all these things because we have already studied in the discrete series. And I am halariko. And the grouping method sigi classes. I am saying grouping method grouping table. And now, after this grouping analysis, then after let us come to analysis table. Grouping table the analysis table analysis table which one has the highest value. And so here in this group we have this particular class. We call as the model class. And so these particular classes will be considered as the model class. Model class mark. Then after that, let us come to that particular equation. I will write an equation here. I will show you one equation here. It is the equation of the mod. Mod is equal to L plus delta 1 divided by delta 1 plus delta 2 into I. L adi kaino masagi model class gi lower limit adi class gi khwaidagi 10 to 15 haragadi 10 sina apogi lower limit, 15 sina apoina upper limit haragani go, and the L is the lower limit of the model class. And the delta 1 sina kaino, it is the difference between the frequency of the preceding class and the model class. Model class ki frequency duga mamanga leiba class gi frequency ani duga difference. But here you have to ignore the negative sign. Difference haragadi minus tawdoi go adu asobuduga manu khainada matamda negative value dudi, we will omit this. And the delta 2 is the difference between the model class and the succeeding class. Model class gi makhada leiba class to adugi frequency ani do difference to go. Then we have L plus delta 1 divided by delta 1 plus delta 2 into I. What is I? I is the class interval, and in this particular table, in this particular series, 0 to 5 is the 0 to 5, 5 to 10. What the difference between 0 and 5? 5. 5 and 10 kya no? 6 to 5 niko. So I will be the this class interval, and after this you calculate this, and then you will just find out which one is the mode. Sige equation ji apply toro. Asagi model class yengo, model class value si model class model class value si yenga, then substitute the values in this particular equation, this particular formula, and then find out the value, and then submit the values to the college email gpwc.info@gmail.com, or put the numbers, put the answer in the Moodle also, or in the WhatsApp also. So it is your assignment. And so up to this, we have studied about, we have interacted about the determination of the mode. And if you have any problem, if you have difficulty in understanding, you are free to interact with us through the email or the Moodle or WhatsApp. Thank you.